What's up Saab fans around the world, and welcome back to another video. So today it's update time again. I thought that I would be doing these updates every Sunday. That is something to keep me a little bit motivated and to update you guys what's going on and what has happened like during the week, because all of this work I tried to find like a few hours or sometimes even minutes just to do quick little fixes and take the next step in the build, because I have a wife, 2 kids and a full-time job. So right now it's Friday night and the clock is 10 p.m. and now I'm gonna start working on the car. So this is basically my life. I was at work 6 a.m. this morning, so 10 p.m. right now starting this. But from last video, Andreas from Kalmar reached out to me. So now I got the Epic head unit in. I don't care too much about the sound, I just want the original feel to the car. And now I got that, so thank you very much. Very kind of you. And during the week I have been doing some testing and some fitting of stuff. In the last video we put in the radiator and we welded the brackets for it. After that I ran into the problem where I should connect a hose from the cylinder head to the firewall or to the heater package. But I've ordered the wrong hose, so now I got the correct one and I have started to cut it a little bit, but that is something that we are going to attach and make the final installment of that. But to not just end off the build, but to still keep going, I continue with all the other stuff. So I have connected from the thermostat to the radiator right here with DO88 hoses and a really clean aluminum pipe. So this is not the final routing right here, but something like it. And I also connected the lower part right here to the water pump. That is connected, and I have built a reinforcement for the exhaust manifold, because we have a pretty decent turbo right here. So in order to not crack the beautiful exhaust manifold straight away, we have a reinforcement pipe that goes down and attaches into the block, so it will keep it stable. What I also did was I modify the crankcase ventilation. The original piping that goes from the crankcase ventilation to the intake pipe is this pipe right here. It has a inner diameter of 10 millimeters. So I have upgraded that to a pipe that has 20 millimeters. So we have increased it by 100%, which is really nice. So we got this thick piping straight away from the crankcase, and it will attach somewhere on this intake pipe. And this is what the build is about. You attach a couple of things, see how it looks, then you have to take them away, make sure that you attach everything permanent, then start put things back, and then it goes back and forth all the time. So in this video I'm not gonna try to talk too much, but to do some work. But here we have the, what should I call it, the test fitting stage of the intercooler. So we will have quite a big space in between right here, and I think I'm going to place the intake air filter in between, because then it will be a little bit protected from like rain and so on, and underneath I will keep a splash protection, and we will still have airflow through all of this without any problems. So I think it will be a pretty good and decent placement of the air filter. So today I'm going to mark up a little bit where I need to cut and modify. Right here you can't really see it, but there is 2 3-inch piping that needs to go down from here. So I need to remove some material back here at the bracket that's holding everything up. Won't be an issue, but the material has to go so I can fit everything. And from the beginning I placed the radiator in the middle so it was centered with everything, and then it was really tight to get 3-inch in between. But then I came up with a brilliant idea. So I have moved or offset the radiator to the left as much as possible. So now it won't be a problem to get 3-inch from the compressor housing and also the intake pipe down to the intercooler. And from the intercooler, the initial thought was to go in between right here, where you can see it would be really tight. So instead I will route it almost like the air filter and the intake is original on the 9.5. So I will make piping work right here and go up through the fender right here. And then we will have like a straight shot up into the intake. So I will have a 3-inch piping that will go straight here and adjust this. So it will just attach like that, and then we will have no issues right here, and I will be able to fit everything right there. So I think it all will work out in the end, but when you attach all the other stuff it just gets tight everywhere. But now we're gonna get to work, and I'm going to remove all of this stuff because this is just temporary replacement. You can see this is screwed on with this, and the lights just in place to see how it looks. And it looks phenomenal as it is right now. It looks so cool because now the car looks drivable, and I hope that it really soon is.
If I want it, gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest, there ain't no way I'm ever stopping.
I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
After some grinding, this is what it looks like. And this is the case like with everything on this car. You have to grind, you have to twist, you have to wiggle everything to fit, but I think this would turn out pretty good. I don't know what you guys think, but this is the piping that will go to the intercooler, and this is the one that will go to the air filter. Now this is not final by anything, but I just wanted you to get like a view, a picture of what it will look like and how it will be routed. Because when everything is installed you will not see this anymore. So If you know from the starting of the video, all you see is this like elbow, the bend up here, then it disappears down, and the idea is to put a really big open air filter right here, so it will sit in between everything. I think this would turn out really sick. So one thing that you can do is take the radiator and test fit one more time. You cannot test fit enough. So this would be, so the radiator will be modified quite a bit because I don't want these tabs on the ends that I don't use. But you see, this would be pretty good, I would say. So now it's just to move on. Take the next part and just keep on walking. Okay, so I removed all of the surrounding parts just to get access to the piping that's down here. It's so hard to film this. It's even hard to just look at it. Inside here there are two tight connections that I need to get to. One is on the cylinder head and the other one is on the firewall. And they are different dimensions as well, just to make it a little bit harder. So my first idea, and the piping that I have been waiting on, was this one right here that goes from 28 millimeter, then goes to 25, connects with a little bit of piping, then 25 to 20, and I thought this would work, so I started cutting and everything, and it's really tight. As you can see, it's very small. So when I started to put on the clamps, it just split apart, so this really didn't work. And the clock right now is a little bit after midnight. So what do? Do I order more pipes or more hoses and try something else? Then I started to think outside of the box. Maybe the bends doesn't have to be this tight that it's right here. Maybe if they only connect to each other, it doesn't have to be directly from one hole to another. So I took some of the original piping that I had left. This valve will not be used anymore, it's deleted, so I took some of the piping and I came up with this idea right here. Do you think it will work? I think so. So this is the same as this one right here, and on the other side we have the connection that's right here. So you get the same function, the water will travel, and the good part about this, one, it's Saab original, thumbs up for that. Number two, this will allow a little bit of flex and a little bit of movement, whilst this would have been like numb, no movement at all, or else it would have split apart. So I think this will be a really good solution actually. Might not look so pro, but it's quite creative, I think. So now I will install it and then we will keep moving. So now everything is off and we need to build it up from the ground again. Now is actually the time to start to connect some wires, or do some wiring and connect the connectors and hook up everything to the generator, to the starter motor, all of the connectors. Then I need to extend some of the cables in order, because the engine is twisted or rotated. But I have installed some new studs for the exhaust manifold, and I threaded them in with some Loctite, because I know it's a known problem when you install new ones that they thread out after a while. Then you will have leaks and everything will just be boring. So a little bit of Loctite to tighten them in. And the clock right now is like 2 a.m. or something like that. So soon I have almost been awake for 24 hours. So I have decided to call it a day, because it's better to take it slow and make sure that everything is correct, rather than just stressing everything and throw it back together. So now we need to make some brackets to hold in this container right here, so it sits stable, and a lot of other stuff as well. But now I just need to take some time. I know that we have been solving a few of the bigger problems today, so that's a big win. It might feel like you take one step forward and 2 steps back, but it's rather 1 step back than 2 steps forward, because you need to like take a step back, look at what you have done, and then just continue the build. So I think I have a pretty good plan with this. It's just to execute the plan, but it will take some time. But I'm really not in a hurry. I'm excited to get it started, to see if everything works, but I need to take my time on this, make it sure it works, so I don't have to redo anything. I've done enough of that already. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more content and follow the build more in detail and in pictures, be sure to follow me on Instagram and you will see it through the weeks. Otherwise we will continue. Every Sunday is a new update video. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Please subscribe to the channel, it means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!